Sorry, so product quality by attribute, Nintendo, next, all. And we now have a wonderful job of relabeling all of these. And something that I think we should do is we should make these mins and maxes the same on both charts. So let's make them both go to 8. When you're using small multiples like this, it's really nice that people can read across and compare, so we want to make sure that we lock our axes appropriately. Alright, so this isn't the Wii U, this is the Nintendo Switch, so let's change our graph title. Alright, so now we've got all of those product attractiveness factors. And what we need to do is product attractiveness by company. So let's take this graph, copy, paste. Yeah, we'll deal with the layout later. Empty that out. Let me go find what variable I want here. I want product attractiveness. So this is after the weights have already been applied. I think that makes sense. And this will be the current generation. So this is Microsoft. Actually, we should call it the actual name of the product. Xbox One, Wii U, PS4. And do it again. All companies, next. This is the Xbox Next, the Switch, and the PS5. And let's cap our mins and maxes again. So let's have this one. I think 20 might be pretty good here. Why is this going up to 30? Huh. I guess at some point in time this variable actually hits 21. So I guess 30 is a good number. Alright, so now let's get this laid out nicely. So let's start by putting these things on opposite sides of the page. And make them wider. And I'm just going to overlay them. That way I know that now they are the same. So what width is that? 353.33. We want these to be on the same X position, so 425.83. And then and it was 353.33. And move them over a bit. Now if we present. Pretty good. So we definitely still have work to do with our colors because we keep reusing the same color to mean different things in different places, and that's not a good practice. So here blue is the Xbox One, but here it's hardware. We might want to come up with a better color palette. But for the moment, we're making progress, so let's keep charging along here. So we've developed our market data, our business data, our product attributes. Now we got to do our decisions. Okay, so what we decided for our decisions was we were going to do a table of sliders, numeric input devices, and we have 5 decisions apiece to make. So we'll start, as we always start, by copying this label and pasting it. All right. So let's put down a slider and let's get one decision control working the way we want. So we want the player hardware spending first. And we want it for the current. We then want to take a numeric input device for the same thing. So the numeric input device is the one right after the knob. So you have your slider, your knob, your numeric input. And we want this to be player hardware, R&D spending, current. We don't want to show the title here. We want the input to expand to fit. Then we can take this and put it over here and start to get a control that's built out of multiple things. I think our labels on the top are not going to be what we want here. I think our slider isn't going to want a title at all. And what we can actually do with these two things is we can actually give them the same height. Should have done it from the beginning. So let's say they're both 40 tall. And give them the same Y. Let's say this is 250. Okay, so now we have that stuff aligned. And let's use labels to build a grid of our decisions. So this will be current, this will be next, this is hardware, software, marketing, and then console prices. Except we should call it the Wii U like we do everywhere else. Let's take that, let's make it bigger so that people can read it. Let's make it bold so it looks pretty. Let's take that label and let's make a bunch of them. Okay, so this is hardware, R and D. Helps when I actually grab the knob. This is software, R and D. This is marketing, dollars. This is console price. Monthly subscription price. Ooh, that's really long. And that's all 5. I don't need that. Okay, so now let's get these all lined up. So we kind of know the operation now. We come here and we put them all on the same x coordinate. So let's put them all on 20. Let's lay out where our button's going to go to advance the sim here. We should have this thing have larger text. So I grab the button from all the way at the top left. We'll give it a size 14. We'll give it a corner radius of 6. That way it looks a little prettier, and we'll make it nice and big. Give it a little bit of padding. Let's see just generally what this page looks like. Yeah, it's not bad. All right. So yeah, so we should be able to, bump over everything to fit in the grid as defined by monthly subscription price. Although, I guess it'd be better if we wrapped this to be on 2 lines. Let's take this and just put it there. Okay, so that's our furthest extent to the right. So copy it and paste it and make sure that we have enough room. And we do. So now let's duplicate it like crazy people.